If you want the pace of projects and development and things to continue to grow, you've got to make sure you have your daily check-ins. You've got to make sure that you are monitoring the amount of work being done, the pace at which it's being done, and encouraging your team to continue moving along. But the second thing that you can do is eliminate the things that hold them back, the dependencies, the reliance, the waiting around for things to get done. And the way to do that, the easiest way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is through a war room.
This is The Fighting Entrepreneur, the podcast dedicated to entrepreneurs looking to change the world. Learn how to start, build, and scale a business in today's highly competitive business environment. Here's your host, The Fighting Entrepreneur, Anik Singal.
What's up, you crazy fighting entrepreneurs? I'm back with yet another episode. This is Anik Singal, your host, and I've got a really good one today, and it's live. Like, while I'm filming this podcast, something is happening that I felt inspired to talk to you about. All you entrepreneurs out there, you need to hear this, especially if you have a team. Even if it is a virtual team, even if it is a small team, there's something that we are doing today at Lurn that I'm already seeing. I mean, just an hour and a half in, I'm seeing huge progress from, and I wish I hadn't forgotten to do this because we used to do this all the time in the past. So what is it? It's called a war room. And that's what we're going to talk about in this particular episode. I want to give you some tips on how to get massive progress, fast, rapid fire progress in a team environment on projects that maybe you're a little bit behind on. All right. But before we do that, remember, go to anikpodcast.com, ANIK podcast.com to get show notes from this particular show. And of course, links to all of our past shows, which you of course, will love. So go grab it. And make sure you have your free membership at Lurn. Come on, join us at Lurn Nation, LURN.com. Get your free account. It's a lifetime free account. We have awesome free resources. And of course, we've got a great community of entrepreneurs, over 250,000 people all over the world in one place. How can you not want to be a part of that? All right, so let's talk about the topic at hand, war room. Here's the deal when you build a team. You know, one of the things that entrepreneurs face, a challenge that an entrepreneur faces when they're growing, is that we lose that efficiency, right? As an entrepreneur, when we start a business, we usually work by ourselves. And that's awesome in so many ways because we can hustle, we can grind, and we can get so many things done so quickly. We can be very efficient. Now, the challenge is we get really good at what we do because we have no choice. We have to. And we get fast at what we do because, again, we have no choice. When you wake up in the morning and see that you've got 35 things on your list of to-dos, you got to be fast. So the other thing you've got to really remember is as an entrepreneur, you know, it's your company, it's your business, it's your passion you're working for. You're always just going to put that much more into it. So as you start to hire people and bring on team members, whether they be virtual, whether they be on site, what I've noticed is that a lot of times the pace at which you move starts to slow down. So you might actually add 3 more team members thinking now automatically, wow, we can get 3 times the work done. And the truth is, sometimes you might actually step back and you're only getting half the amount done that you used to just by yourself. So that's weird, right? Like, why does that work that way? And this is a recurring trend. A lot of entrepreneurs will actually talk about this. And it's because you become inefficient. It's because you bring in multiple personalities, multiple people who each have their own goals, and multiple people who try to lean on one another. They try to compartmentalize tasks, and a lot of time becomes inefficient and wasted. And to counter that, there's really 2 things you can do as a leader, as an entrepreneur. First and foremost, the urgency you apply to your team will be echoed back only when you apply it. So when you start to bring on team members, you can't just disappear. This is why the joke, as a lot of times as an entrepreneur, is that when you start to hire people or bring on team members, you actually have to work harder many times than you did without them because now you've got to inspire, encourage, empower these new team members as well. So if you want the pace of projects and development and things to continue to grow, you've got to make sure you have your daily check-ins. You've got to make sure that you are monitoring the amount of work being done, the pace at which it's being done, and encouraging your team team to continue moving along. But the second thing that you can do is eliminate the things that hold them back, the dependencies, the reliance, the waiting around for things to get done. And the way to do that, the easiest way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is through a war room. So as I speak to you right now, here's what was happening. We're getting ready to launch a beautiful new UI for Lurn. I cannot wait. This is our coming out party. We're finally saying we are no longer alpha. We are now beta. We are officially out. Look at us, world. We're here and we're making a statement. But I wanted a brand new user interface. I wanted it to look like a true professional, awesome company. And we had this beautiful UI done. And now what happened is the new UI requires a lot of things that weren't there in our existing UI. A lot of descriptions, names, titles, tags, that courses. We have over 70 courses that have already been uploaded into Lurn Nation, but they never had any of those fields filled out. So we're sitting here with this challenge. I mean, imagine if you have 70 courses and you've got, some courses have 30, 40 lessons in them that need descriptions written out. We've got author bios that need to be written out for, I think, over like 25 experts that we already have in our platform. That's a lot of writing. It's a lot of work. So I noticed something. I noticed that for a couple of weeks, the project wasn't getting progress. It wasn't moving forward because everyone is so busy with so many tasks. It was just sitting as a to-do on people's list. Except last week, I had an idea. I wanted to go pull a card from my playbook years ago, and that was to run a war room. So what I decided to do is I told the team today, which is the day I'm recording this, is Monday. I told the team, stop the presses, stop everything we're doing, get every single person on our team, whether they are in marketing, operations, tech, education, content, I don't care what department they're in. If they can write, get them in a room and we're going to have a war room. Now, a lot of our team is virtual. So what we did is we set up a Zoom room. Okay, so we actually set up a Zoom room and everyone's required to have their cameras on. The local team all huddled into one conference room. In that conference, we have a big conference room, a 12-person conference room. In that conference room, we put snacks, we put drinks, there's some music playing, and we got the Zoom room open, so there's a camera in front of them. And then all of our team members from all over the country, they all tuned into the Zoom room as well. They're talking with one another, and they're rapid fire working together. No more waiting around, no dependencies and reliances. What they're doing is at that moment when they need something, they have the person at their disposal. And everybody's focus has been realigned now. So the focus now is completely around this one task. And I'm going to tell you something that's so amazing. I saw the spreadsheet. I saw the amount of copy that has to be written, the amount of descriptions that have to be written. This was daunting. And in my mind, it would have taken us a month, if not more, to get this done. The way we were going, maybe even longer. And it would have been a big stress on my head because I would have had a lot to do to get it there. At this point, I'm estimating that most likely we will be done with the entire task today in a span of about 8 to 10 hours. Worst case, we might bleed over into half of tomorrow. But that's still amazing, isn't it? Completing a month, what I thought would be a month worth of work in a day and a half, getting it off our plates and enriching the tech team and everybody to just keep moving forward so that this UI can be launched on the right time. So a war room is when people all come together in one physical place or virtual room. They realign all of their tasks to focus on one thing, and we deploy the full power of focus towards one thing and get it done probably 10, maybe 15, maybe 20, maybe 30 times faster than we would if we were trying to do many things at the same time. A war room is powerful because you remove the waiting around. You remove the inefficiency of a task. So if you're currently in a task, if you're currently sitting in something that's been dragging its feet, there might be a project or a task that's just not getting to the finish line, I want to challenge you to declare a war room. Okay, pick a day, pick a time, make it at least 3, 4, 5 days out so that you can really hype people up, your team. You can get them excited. We were announcing our war room for 3 or 4 days before it happened. We were talking about the war room. Everybody knew coming in today that it was war room. They prepped up for it. They were ready for it. We wanted people to be excited about it. So I challenge you right now, take a day that's at least 3-4 days out. Start the excitement, start the buzz building, clear those particular team members' entire plate for that day, and tell them this day, war room on this topic, this subject, this project. And see the radical kinds of success that you will pull from them and the massive amount of efficiency that you will pull from them simply by running a war room. All right, this is my advice and tip for the day. Hope you enjoy it. Go out there, use it, put it into action. And remember, please go to iTunes, subscribe to this podcast, and leave us a review. Help us climb those rankings. Tell your friends, tell other entrepreneurs about what we're doing here at Lurn. Make sure you join Lurn Nation. Go to LURN.com, get your free account. And of course, as always, go to onicpodcast.com to catch all of our past episodes and subscribe for the new episodes and see all of the show notes. This is Anik Singal reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back, you fighting entrepreneurs. I will see you on our next episode.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.